Welcome to Fisherman's Bastion. Good morning everyone from day 3 here in Budapest. Woohoo! Woohoo! We just got off the bus and we're walking to what is one of the most beautiful spots here in Budapest. Didn't quite get up early enough for the sunrise. The sunrise was at I think 4:55. No thanks, but still nice, bright and early. We'll see you there. Welcome to Fisherman's Bastion. Guys, the views here are just incredible. We've been here for about probably almost an hour now. There are a few other people scattered around, but it's not super busy, but the views are just unbelievable. And the best part was that it was completely free. Now, if you do come here between 9 and 7 p.m, I believe it is, you do have to pay to come up here where we are now, which is the upper terrace. But outside of those hours, it is completely free and the views are just unbelievable. There's a reason this is probably the #1 pictured spot here in Budapest, because it is absolutely beautiful. Forgot to mention as well, this is open 24 hours a day. It's because it is just like a walk-up site. Like I mentioned, if you do come between 9 and 7, you will have to pay to come up here to the upper terrace. But the lower terrace, which is arguably even more beautiful, completely free. You get the most amazing pictures. Would recommend coming outside of those hours. I think sunrise would be incredible up here, because I think if you come between 9 and 7, the crowds will make it very hard to get those Instagram photos if that's what you're after. But I cannot believe how pretty. I'd almost say it's the prettiest place we've been on our trip so far, which is saying something. Guys, it's very hard here because everyone's very nice and they don't want to get in everyone's photos, but there's 2 stairways to get back up and people are taking photos on both, which means we can't get up. Okay guys, and right next to, so here we have Fisherman's Bastion. Right here, literally right next door, is the Matthias Church, which is the oldest church here in Budapest and arguably one of the prettiest. It has one of the nicest roofs on a church I've ever seen, which is a very weird thing to comment on, but it just has some very bright colours, which is very nice. So the Matthias Church was originally built in the 11th century, but has since been renovated or even rebuilt, I believe. But it is absolutely beautiful. You don't normally see colours like that on a European church. It's definitely beautiful, and perk is it's right next to Fisherman's Bastion, so you can hit up both sites in the one trip.
Guys, if you're like me, you might be wondering where the name Fisherman's Bastion comes from. I did a bit of a Google, and apparently it's because there was a group of fishermen that lived in between the river and the castle and would often come up to the fort to sell their catch. So that is why it's called Fisherman's Bastion.
And just across the river over there, the big building is Parliament Building.
Guys, this place is by far one of the best places we've come to on our trip so far. I was just saying to Stace that the bit where the arches are, it's kind of like, it's so beautiful and picturesque that it's like each archway is like a painting in an art gallery, and you get to look out to this really stunning view, little slightly different to the one previous to it. Pretty nice.
We are now leaving Fisherman's Bastion. We've been here almost 2.5 hours, so it's definitely worth getting up early, beating the crowds. There are lots of tour groups coming in now. It's about 9:20. We arrived at about 7 a.m. A few different people there at 7 a.m, but for the most part very empty, so would definitely recommend going around then or even earlier if you can get up even earlier. And definitely being able to go up to the tower was very good as well for free. But we are now en route to Buda Castle. So for those who don't know, which I actually didn't know before coming here, Budapest was kind of split in two, and there was Buda and there was Pest. Who knew? But we're now on the Buda side, we're staying on the Pest side. But yeah, we're gonna head over to Buda Castle. Okay guys, we've made it to the Buda Castle district. There are some great views back there. We watched the funicular come up. If you're unaware, you can obviously walk up some stairs to get to Buda Castle and Fisherman's Bastion, or you can take the funicular, which is pretty cool. It's pretty short, you do have to pay, but if you've got kids or if you can't walk for some reason,
Mobility issues.
or if you just want a fun ride, the funicular is the way to go.
Also, it seems that Budapest Castle is similar to Prague Castle in that there doesn't seem to be a castle, correct?
I think castle
It's like
is just a district.
or a grounds, a complex.
But we're gonna wander around, see what there is to see, and take you with us. Got this giant eagle-looking statue up here. It's giving me similar vibes to the eagle that is on the anti-fascist statue that we saw at Liberty Square yesterday, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be related, because I think the one on that statue was meant to represent Nazi Germany. Sorry folks, ran out of space on the memory card. But what I was saying was I thought they looked similar. The different, Rosh has told me she thinks it's a vulture, so maybe that is the difference. Don't mind me, they're just two birds of prey that look very similar, so forgive me for getting them mixed up. It does actually, now that I look at it properly, look a bit more maybe like a vulture. But it's a very nice kind of monument here. And there are some great views. I have to say probably not as good views as we got at Fisherman's Bastion, but we can still see the Parliament building in all its glory. We can see Pest, like I said, Budapest, separate, pretty cool. Just another little camera update for those following along at home. Our lens now seems to get really, well, the most angry when we try to take photos with it. So that seems to be the main trigger nowadays, to get it angry, and usually once it happens, we can't get it to work the rest of the day. But we got it angry this morning. We actually didn't get to take one photo on it, but it seems to be working again now with video, so we probably won't try any more photos. We'll just take what we can get with the video, but it does make me sad every time I look in the screen, because I'm like, oh damn, that would be a good photo. But we'll suffice with our 16mm. We'll just have to rope in some friendly people to take photos of us. Behind the scenes of the Instagram stories. Inception.
At goforlaunchvideos. Thank you.
Guys, as we mentioned, there's many different buildings in Buda district. One of them is this behind me, which I believe is an art gallery, which is pretty cool. If you're looking for it, look for the giant monument with the guy on the horse. Art gallery. We're now walking across this little bridge thing. You can see there's different lookout points. There's one over there. We're now walking to another one. It's very pretty. Guys, very often when we're out filming, I'll be like just standing there looking at something, and Rosh will put the camera on me and she'll be like, Stace, smile. And so I always go. Because that's my uncomfortable smile. That's my, I feel really awkward because you're just filming like scenic shots of me. So I go, I just tried to do a scenic shot of her and I said, act natural. And she said, I'm walking on a bridge.
I'm walking on a bridge.
Whose is worse? Okay guys, behind me as well, which you can't really see, is the Budapest History Museum. So we had the National Gallery before, we've got the Budapest History Museum. So there are a number of paid activities you can do over here in the Buda Castle district.
Just back on the topic of the funicular, I definitely think if you do have any sort of mobility issues, you should definitely take that option, because we went up hundreds and hundreds of steps to get here today, and now we're going down them. If you struggle with going up a lot of steps, I would definitely recommend thinking about that tram type thing. Alright guys, we just hopped off the tram that brought us to this bridge. We're walking over, leaving Buda, heading to Pest. Yeah. First stop, Aldi. We need water. Gotta stay hydrated, folks.
We've made it inside to the Central Market Hall here in Budapest. There are stalls selling fresh food, fresh vegetables, souvenirs, sweet treats, pretty much anything you can name, there is a stall for it here.
So it seems that the bottom level is more like food type stalls, sweet, vegetables, fruit, meats, and then the top floor, second floor, is more like your typical souvenir markets. Very colourful. We're unfortunately, because we're only doing carry-on, not allowed to buy anything, but it is pretty cool. I stand corrected, we have stumbled across some food stalls. So 2 days ago we each had a langosh. I called it a langos at the time, that was really embarrassing. We got the traditional ones with cheese and sour cream. We've just stumbled across a stall that has sweet langoshes and oh my god, do they look tempting. Okay guys, it ended up having a really big line, so you know that means it must be good. We went with the classic strawberry Nutella langosh. I mean, do I really even need to try it on camera? We all know it's going to be delicious. I'll try it. The place that we got it from, as I said, was really busy. Bit cheeky too. I think they like, well, first of all, to get the langosh on a tray, a paper tray, it's an extra €1. And then but
they don't tell you, but they ask everyone.
They don't tell you, but they ask everyone. And then they're like offering up extra toppings, and it kind of, the way that they say it sounds like it might not cost extra money, but it does. But I didn't fall for the tricks, guys. I'm on a budget. I'm a woman on a budget. I much prefer that to the langosh with the sour cream
because this
cheese.
is like not traditional at all.
Well, that was delicious. I rate that just as good as the chimney cake.
Oh,
the chimney cake that we had in Prague. If you didn't see that video, you can check up there.
It's definitely good. I know that the kind of those sorts of toppings are definitely a bit of a tourist trap, but man, it was worth it.
Definitely. Okay guys, it's a bit later on now. We went back to the room after a pretty full-on morning. I think we were out for 6 or 7 hours. We scoffed down our pastry lunch from Aldi. Can always trust Aldi for some pretty good pastries. And now, after a bit of editing and rest and relaxation, we are heading back out to Lidl to pick up some dinner. And we'll probably call it a night because there's a big day tomorrow, guys. A big birthday.
Getting old, guys.
We are back from the supermarket with our dinner. Would you like to see?
Rosh, pillar of health. Let's go on with a salad.
Yep, salad box Italian style. Purely for those, what are they called? The bread things?
Croutons.
Croutons.
And guys, I'm a picky eater, and when I like something, I get hooked on it. So I had this weird like sausage and pastry thing for lunch, and it was amazing. So I got sausage and pastry for dinner. I cannot wait.
This is living. And on the topic of living, we hope you're living through our vlogs. As I said before, it's a really special day tomorrow, so expect tomorrow's vlog to be a big one. A big 29. So old.
Scary.
But thank you for watching today's vlog. We hope you enjoyed it.
We had a very good day.
Yeah, we did have a really good day. If you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button and press that like button if you liked today's video, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.